What will 11.0 be? Now, we know BlizzCon is just around the corner, guys, and there's going to be announcements made, and we don't know what they are exactly yet, but there's plenty of speculation going around in the WoW community, and I'm going to summarize it all for you today. So, lots of talk about going underground, of course. We saw, the Towley tweets back a while ago that were eventually deleted about caves and stuff, and we've seen a lot of dwarven things coming out here. And we also recently had the whole Zarlek Cavern Zone, which kind of revealed some new non-loading screen tech that allowed us to go to a completely new underground zone. So are we going underground again for this next expansion? Well, we have the whole Kaz Elgar stuff. And we also have seen the N'Zoth things that came up early in this expansion. If you guys remember, we had that whole, probably what was the coolest quest line in the entire expansion, was when we went and witnessed the elemental, the Fire Lord and everything fighting against the old gods, and N'Zoth, kind of recognized us and then saw into the future. We really fucked up there. To be honest, I still think we're going to have repercussions for what we did there, but will those repercussions show up in the next expansion? If you forgot what N'Zoth said when we went to that, went back in time there, during that whole Chromie fight thing, he said,
I know you. What you were. What you will yet be. Deeper, deeper its roots will reach, welcoming our embrace. With many eyes, they will see again. They will drink and be uplifted. You will follow him to the deep places. The dark waters will flow in his wake. Her dreams sing beneath the surface. Our dreams, our song.
yeah, so we fucked up. I'm guaranteeing it. We fucked up, and something is going to happen. N'Zoth will play a role. Now, whether or not that will happen in 11.0 is to be determined. Again, I don't think we're going to see anything about N'Zoth, going underground, as they're saying here in the Yggdrasil stuff. But those whispers, signs of things to come. The deep places that were mentioned, we have seen that we have these dwarven boys, right, who were sent out, essentially. These are stone-looking dwarven boys. These are what the original dwarves look like, before the Curse of Flesh and everything. So they were sent out just to see what was going on, right? They were sent to this area called Kaz Elgar, and this came up in a book, and the dwarves, in fact, received the Curse of Flesh. They started to turn into fleshy dwarves. They started to turn, your typical flaccid, fleshy-looking dwarves. And what was going on? Well, that means the Curse of Flesh is happening again to these dwarves. And the Titans don't know why, in fact, this is happening. We haven't seen this happen since the original Curse of Flesh that was cast on us back in the early days, pre-World of Warcraft times. So that was interesting, and well, I guess that'll also play a role going forward. There are also plenty of data mining hints and spoilers already discussed. I don't like to get into spoilers, me personally. But we did see the Algarian Storm Rider, which was a mount that would come with the heroic edition of the game, right, of the expansion. And the terms, they do have some meaning in the game. We have seen this Storm Rider, which was like this NPC elemental tornado-looking guy already that existed in the game. And it currently, I believe, is an NPC in Northrend. It's a tornado-looking boy. So there is some elemental factors to that Storm Rider mount, I'm sure. It's straight up coming out of the name. So again, more elemental hints, more underground hints, more dwarven hints. All these things are kind of, looking towards the same thing. Now, we do know that Zalatash and Galakron, Iridikron will be playing a role going forward. You know, the last time we saw them, they went to have their hentai fun in the purple portal, and Iridikron was doing his typical villain speech where he's going to talk about how he's going to bring the Titans out. Right? He's going to bring the Titans out for a little fisticuffs. And that is likely to happen in 11.0. But what will be the events that lead to that? It looks like there are mentions of a fifth old god. Now Zalatath is obviously helping Iridikron do this stuff. She seems to be vengeful as well for some reason. Now we don't know if she's angry with the Titans or she's angry at the other old gods. There's this whole theory that she was the most powerful old god of them all, and the other old gods kind of teamed up against her to put her in the blade and weaken her in some way. So what all that means, we don't know. Obviously, I would say we do know that Iridikron probably has his own selfish reasons for what he's doing, and Zalatath probably does as well. Currently, their goals seem aligned. But what does that mean going forward? Yeah, we'll find out. There's also the Naga prophecies about Queen Azara. Remember the last time we saw her, she got totally wrapped up in that hentai, tentacle, pulled in to the portal, and she disappeared. You know, she had her deep orgasmic breath, and then bam, she was gone. Queen Azara's rise I think she will return. We'll see something about her going into the next expansion. She will return. She will show up again. And what role she plays, nobody knows. But again, N'Zoth playing some role in the background. He saw his own future thanks to us going back in time. And we know that who's N'Zoth's little side pony? Well, it's Azara. So she probably will return as well. Avalorn and no pirates. Again, the Night Squall. Don't forget about him. He was a little pirate man, night elf pirate man, who happened to venture off, supposedly, east of Kalimdor? West of Kalimdor. And found, Avalorn, this new land, right? This new land that had never been discovered, and no one had ever, it had been discovered, but no one ever returned from that place. So he was able to go and return, and now he's forming up a fleet to go back once again. Now we've gotten the hint from Mike Ybarra himself tweeting out no pirates, because at this time everyone was speculating this is going to be a pirate expansion. Right? We all thought, oh, this is it, pirate time. We're going to get pirates. Pirates of the Karabezasteroth. I don't know what the hell you would have called it, but we thought we were going to have a pirate expansion, and it looks like we're not. But Avalorn could still play a role going forward here. There's a massive continent somewhere off the coast of the west coast of Kalimdor. Whether or not it becomes relevant in the next expansion, we'll find out soon. But even now, pirate stuff seems to be surfacing in themes of going forward here with the 12-month subscription offer that recently came up. So it includes several nautical items, including the fish, right? The fish mount we've seen before. Waveborn Diplomat's Regalia we saw before. Another Gurlock, or big Murloc looking mount as well. And the Swashbuckling Buccaneer Slops, which we've seen before as well. Those things are all hinting at pirate stuff, and yet we got a no pirates tweet. So what does this all mean? Is this pirate shit foreshadowing a 12.0? Or are we actually going to get a little bit of pirate stuff, and it's just not going to be a pirate full-blown expansion? Yeah, there's a fifth Moshi. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. But this stuff is looking interesting. And last but not least, really is the stuff that Blizzard recently tweeted out. These pictures from the BlizzCon setup. Right? Now, we did talk about these things, and I mentioned a lot of this stuff looks very Dragonflight-esque, but more specifically Bronze Dragonflight-esque. And I started to get, sketchy. I was like, oh no, please, I hope we don't have like some kind of weird time-traveling expansion. I personally don't care for time travel. I don't like multiverses that much. I think they kind of take away from the permanence of events that happen in our own timeline, and I don't like to see that stuff. But if I had to guess, I would say this stuff right here does look very Bronze Dragonflight-esque. The one thing to me that didn't was this. The rocky platform sitting off to the side in this picture, I think, is more of a hint. This could be some kind of cool-looking elemental statue, maybe with a dwarf on top or something. Who knows? A big hammer. I don't know. But to me, this could be the biggest hint of them all, and that's why Blizzard kind of clipped this little picture at the angle that they did. Who knows? Again, it's all just kind of guessing at this point. But these things do definitely seem Dragonflight-esque, I would say, with all little sketches in there and everything else. We also have Eternus. Man, there's a lot of shit. Yeah, like I said, if this is Bronze Dragonflight related, could the Infinite Dragonflight be in here? Could we see more Infinite Dragonflight Norse Dormu actually, becoming, coming to fruition and becoming one of the, the leader of the Infinite Dragonflight in a way that he didn't expect? Maybe he doesn't have to become evil. Maybe infinite timelines is what we're supposed to have. And his whole thing has been this, keeper of the perfect timeline was actually a Titan idea. And the Dragonflights are no longer Titan aligned. They're supposed to get their new powers from Amir Drasil. So I guess we're going to see what has to do with that. That also leads into the Titan Civil War. A Titan Civil War that could break out, a battle between the Titans. We also know the Dragonflights are no longer going to be aligned with them. Could they be fighting the Titans themselves as well? Who knows? And then last but not least, all the hints at world revamps. So many hints at world revamps. What it all means, nobody knows. But we do know there's a lot of stuff going on with the Undercity. We've seen Pandaria recently saw a bunch of revamping going down. A bunch of new in-game assets that got uploaded for ships and other things. And all of that happening with no hint as to why. Tons of stuff here to speculate on, guys. I don't know what it all means. But what I do know is that we're all going to find out real soon. BlizzCon is just around the corner. They're going to make these announcements on November 3rd, on Friday. And all the speculation will be over and this video will be completely worthless. But for now, we speculate. We have new Blood Elf forms going forward. This is less speculative and more news related. Yes, new Blood Elf customization options. Be more colorful with your hair at the barber shop. Yes, finally, blue hair. It's what we've wanted. It's what we've needed. There you go. Night Elves will get it. Plenty of new bear forms for the, new forms for the druids we've seen. For bear, we have the Rune Bear, the Umber Claw, the Bristle Bruin. We have cat forms, Dream Sabers, Gladhards, Dream Talons. Basically all the Emerald Dream-esque stuff, plus all of the big Moonkin customizations that are coming. Plenty of Moonkin customizations coming in, and we'll see what else they get. I think there's still more to come for druids. We keep seeing so many new ones. We recently got a bunch of new Lifeform customizations. And I recently just kind of mentioned this in passing, but there is a new 12-month, that's right, 12-month subscription offer for World of Warcraft. If you haven't seen it yet, it's again, the big Gurlock, the mount that has to do with, the Emerald Dream patch and everything else. It's an Owl Bear mount. If you've been wanting it, you can get it. You're also going to get something for a Wrath Classic and, the Fish mount. OP mount. Flying, swimming, and ground mount. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's also some kind of other hidden mount here. It looks like a tree, a very, I don't know, what do you say, like a Emerald Dream-esque Slither Drake. Looks like is what you're going to get. And last but not least, for the news, boys, Guardians in-game cinematic. That's right, Blizzard dropped a bomb last night. I didn't even know this shit was coming. I'm surprised that they dropped any kind of cinematic. But here we are. A new in-game cinematic from Blizzard just before BlizzCon. Let's check it out.
My brother believed he could control me.
Druids of the Flame doing some kind of
rage inside my heart.
Was he making Farak's weapon? Oh shit, it's the legendary weapon.
Could tame me. My fury will not be sated. The aspects believed they could imprison
oh,
me.
Shit.
But my hatred cannot be contained.
I need the weapon.
They know what is coming. That the unyielding flame draws closer. Ever closer.
I miss you checking out his new armor.
Even now, they cling to one another in the dark. dream. Deceived by those who squandered our birthright.
Damn.
Betrayers. All of them. So it falls to me to make them pay.
Oh shit, there he goes, he got in.
Their suffering has just begun.
Oh shit, that was cool. That was cool. I like how they were, how the actual Druids of the Flame were singing in the beginning. Like, this isn't background music, this music is coming out of their mouths. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Very cultish vibe from the Druids of the Flame there. And they were making the new legendary weapon that Death Knights, Paladins, and Warriors will be able to use. I can't wait to get this thing. I love how when he grabbed it, it literally lit on fire. That was badass. Yeah, this whole thing looks really cool. You know, and then you got everyone just, you know, all the friendly dragons being friends and planning and friendship and tears and of a loon and tears of my ass and all that stuff. And then leading into Farak, I didn't know this, but I guess this is how he got in. He used the legendary weapon to slice between the veil of the of our world and the Emerald Dream. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess third tree. Yeah, I don't know. This Twadrasil. Okay, that's a good one. Really cool, and I love the animation of the grass burning around him as he bursted through here. Really cool stuff, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to get at BlizzCon.